YouTube, what's going on? It's your boy Trey back again, hit you with a video. Big shout out to the subscriber. Well, it was a few of them that sent me information about the Ray Lewis and Shannon Sharpe interview they had yesterday, basically on the show Undisputed. And Shannon, man, Shannon lit fire to Ray Lewis' ass. Every time Ray Lewis goes on this show, Shannon lights into him. Now, Ray Lewis was definitely buck dancing yesterday. He was doing a special kind of buck dancing. I don't know what kind of dancing that he got this from, or did Steve Bisciotti or somebody show him how to do this certain step, or did he go overseas somewhere and find somebody that could tap dance like that? Because he was tap dancing his ass off. So let's give it up for Ray right now. You know what I'm saying? Because he was dancing all around the questions. Now, Shannon comes out the gate swinging at Ray Lewis, basically saying, if Colin cannot help the Ravens and Steve win, what are we discussing then? Why are we even having this conversation? Basically saying, if this guy cannot play football, what is the real conversation about? You know, because that's what we here for, supposedly. And notice I got the, the NFL thing, just make it coincide. But Shannon brought up a good point. See, evidently it must be deeper than what it appears to be on the outer surface. Then here comes Ray Lewis with his Superman cape on to say today, saying him and Steve already talked about this, meaning Colin's situation, like him and Steve is on one accord, and Steve, anytime he want to make a power move, he contact Mr. Ray Lewis himself. Shannon perfectly set the question up to prepare for his next questions. Say, when they brung Dante Starworth in, he was arrested for a DUI and killed a pedestrian. Did Steve talk to fans, sponsors, and you? Ray Lewis' eyes got real big as he took a deep breath, trying to think of a response. Because when Shannon asked him that, he went, then you could tell his voice changed. Shannon, as if already seeing blood, then asked Ray, when Shrugs or Stugs or something like that has had his incidents with his wife, some kind of domestic violent incident that took place with this guy, did Steve Bisciotti talk to fans, sponsors, and you? Basically just setting Ray up for the kill. You know what I'm saying? Just grilling that fish. Ray Lewis must have sensed Shannon was on to him, because he answered Shannon in a tone that was quite pleasant and bland, saying he talked to me for sure. Ray would be with that loud voice. Yeah, he talked to me. We got to do this. But when Shannon asked that question, he humbled himself and answered him real pleasant. Like, I was very surprised. I'm like, is that Ray? Well, his spirit just went right then. Then Shannon gives Ray Lewis a lot of credit, saying, you're one of the very few players who wasn't a quarterback and who was the team marquee player. Basically telling Ray, you have a voice and people look up to you and listen to you and listen to what you say. Not only do they look up to you and they admire your work on and off the field, but you have a real strong position where you can use your influence to help make changes in the league that needs to be done. You can address these issues if you was take off them tap dancing shoes and let's really talk about it. You see, it's a difference between talking about something and beating around the bush. Basically, he was beating around the bush and Shannon was beating him off around that bush, if you know what I mean. Every time Ray tried to run around that bush, Shannon come right behind him. You know what I'm saying? Just like he used to do when he played for the Denver Broncos. Get off from back there. He gonna make you get somewhere. And I really like that about Shannon Sharpe. Now, then here comes the crime stats. As Ray says, right now, there's over 200 murders in Baltimore. And you know what makes it so crazy? Why every time you get on these issues, they always bring up the black on black crime and these other issues that plague the community. You bring up these key points and you trying to have decent conversation and you saying, why is this keep going on? Can we please come to some kind of resolve? What is the real reason why you don't want Colin Kaepernick playing in an NFL quarterback? What is the real reason? And Shannon basically just grilling Ray up, setting him up for the kill, have that man over there shaking in his boots, and then Ray do what a lot of other people do when they try to avoid the question. He turns it around back on the same people. You see what I'm saying? Now, I'm not up here to sound racist or anything like that, but it's amazing how Ray, supposedly being from the hood, grew up a hard life, and been through many adversities himself, would say this, and he's clearly knowing what Shannon's saying, but to take the spotlight off of the real issue, you put it back on the people. And Shannon wasn't going for that. You see what I'm saying? Because that is real crazy for that man to even bring that up. How many people you got talking about that? Ray Den says before, after Shannon brung up to him about the issue that's going on with the collar, then he bring up the issue about the 200 murders in Baltimore. Ray Lewis response. How many people you got talking about that? Ray Den says before, you put somebody in a pickle. He loved using that word pickle. I don't know why. Because Shannon referenced Freddie Gray. See, Shannon has brung up Freddie Gray right before they went to this key point right here. And that made Ray Lewis kind of like standoffish, because a lot of people don't like to talk about Freddie Gray and what really happened. You see what I'm saying? Ray Lewis went up there for that. Notice they only touched on that subject one sentence, and that was Shannon. And that's when Ray Lewis made the response before you try to put people in the pickle. Like, y'all don't want to worry about the real issue of police brutality and these cops killing unarmed people. You want to sit up here and worry about these so-called stats that they putting out to you instead of the issue on underhand. Now, Shannon claps back and says, I'm not putting nobody in a pickle. Then magically, Shannon goes deeper some kind of way. I don't know how he harnessed that strength or that will or that power, but he found it some kind of way. Because he said if Pookie shoots Willie, they find Pookie, and where does Pookie go? He goes to jail. But when the police shoot and kills these unarmed black men and women, even on camera, where are they going, Ray? Then he said, Ray, like they was some out there just like on the movies or something, like they was out in the middle of the woods somewhere. He said, where they going, Ray? Back on the force. That's what we are talking about. We are talking about the police brutality, not this things that you're trying to throw it off on the people killing each other, this black on black crime. We're not talking about that. That's not why Colin is the issue at hand with Colin. Colin is protesting police brutality. He's not talking about this other stuff. So let's stick to what this subject is really about. Then Shannon sticks the knife deeper into Ray's back, stating, what they are trying to do when we talk about police brutality is talk about Chicago, Detroit, Baltimore. Shannon says, you want me to come up with a solution to the problem you helped put me in. I was blown away about that. And I mean, I had to take notes because it was so much, and it's a real good video, and you all get a chance, go check out Undisputed. You can catch it online, YouTube, or you can just go regular Google and pull. Get a point, make sure you go check that video out, because I'm telling you, Shannon Sharpe is amazing. And big salute to Shannon. I don't know if he'll ever get to see this. You know, hopefully one day I can meet the man, because I really like his position. I like the way he holds his ground. I like the way that he basically put these characters in their place, because that's what they really are, cartoon characters. And he is the type of guy that is bold enough. He's not weak. You know, and big shout out to Skip Bayless for letting them have this conversation, because I guarantee you, if this was on Skip old show with Stephen A. Smith, it wouldn't have went down like this. Stephen A. Smith would have buck danced worse than Ray Lewis could ever buck dance. So big shout out to Skip, and it's good to see that Skip and Shannon is doing very big things, way better than what they was doing, way better than Skip was doing over there with ESPN with Stephen, because Stephen is going to say whatever they want him to say. We just need truth. We need open discussion. What is wrong with having open discussion? In an open discussion, you give both sides to the story. Then you add the truth. You see what I'm saying? It's two sides to every story, then the truth. You see what I'm saying? So you need to hear both people voice their opinions. But to sit up here and blame people for their own problems that most of them was put in, then didn't have a choice. Not true. You have a choice if you can, you know, better yourself, and you can pull yourself up by what they call your bootstraps and all this. Not everybody's not able to do that. You feel what I'm saying? But to blame the same people for the reason why police are killing them is asinine. And then also bring up black on black crime. What that has to do with police? Because like I stated in other videos, the citizens didn't take a sworn oath to uphold the law and protect the people. They didn't get sworn in for that. They don't walk around with a license carried gun that is issued by basically the state with a license to kill if you get out of line. Now, true, you have people doing senseless violence and killings in these neighborhoods, but at the same time, it's two totally different fields. You have one that's a job, that's a profession. Then you have citizens. It's two totally different things. So when people have discussions about police brutality and crime, you cannot sit up here and compare Chicago and Detroit people to police. That's separate. That's just like comparing doctors to RNs. You know, that's just like comparing RNs to CNAs. You see what I'm saying? It's the same, but it's different. You know, and like I say, big shout out to Shannon, big shout out to Steve, and it's like they giving Colin Kaepernick the Monique treatment right now. That's basically what they giving this guy, the Monique treatment, you know, giving him the Wesley Snipes, if you will. But I love the way that Skip brung up the fact right here. Why would they bring RG3 in, Robert Griffin III in, to try out, you know, see what he got, and then you have somebody, Colin Kaepernick, who is way better. But at the same time, look at the situation for what it is. You have Colin Kaepernick doing basically the same thing that all of them supposed to be doing, but they won't do it though. You know, so big shout out to that guy. And I know he's putting his career on the line, probably his livelihood, his life, because you never know how these people in this world, especially this country, take things. You know what I'm saying? You will get killed just for any comment or opinion, better yet, than standing up for something. But why would you be so mad about this man standing for the national anthem when you have other sports that don't even make you stand? You know what I'm saying? And then it's only so many years back that the NFL started making, asking, not making, but basically persuading, asking the players to stand, you know. And it's also funny how you can have convicted felon, someone accused of murder, Ray Lewis, 2 black men, you know, Victor convicted felon, the dog thing, how he went to prison, and Ray Lewis, two black men get killed at a nightclub. I think that was in Atlanta. And you having these people speaking out against Colin Kaepernick saying he need to clean up his act. I'd be like, Lord have mercy. You know what is the world coming to? I mean, it's very sad that you would have these guys acting like they do not really know what's going on, and they see exactly what is going on, and that is what Shannon hit on. And big shout out to you, Shannon. We're gonna cut it short. Let me know what you all think in the comment section, and make sure you check that video out. It ain't that long, but check it out. It's a lot of jewels being dropped in there, and it shows you how people tap dance around the issue. It's your boy Trey. You like, subscribe. I'm out.